Mowgli, the Jungle Boy, the Lost Waterfall. Deep in the heart of the wild Indian jungle lived a boy unlike any other. A child raised by wolves, brave, curious, and forever restless. His name was Mowgli. The jungle was his playground. The trees, his ladders. And the rivers, his highways. One bright morning, as the first rays of sunlight cut through the dense canopy, Mowgli was already on the move. He swung from vines, climbed branches, and challenged his panther friend, Bagheera, to yet another impossible race. Bagheera, as usual, pretended not to care. Baloo, on the other hand, cared only about one thing: napping. But the peaceful morning did not last. A sudden tremor shook the ground beneath their feet. Birds burst from the treetops. Animals ran in frightened herds. Something was terribly wrong. Bagheera sensed danger immediately. Baloo sensed that his nap was officially ruined. And Mowgli, he sensed adventure. Soon, animals from every corner of the jungle gathered around an ancient tortoise elder named Colin. His voice was slow, but heavy with concern. He told them the river to the east, the lifeline of the entire jungle, had suddenly disappeared. Disappeared. The crowd erupted in panic. A jungle without water was a jungle on the brink of chaos. Baloo insisted that rivers don't just vanish. Bagheera agreed, something, or someone, had blocked it. Even Kaa the python hissed of strange silence near the lost waterfall. And so, Mowgli did what Mowgli always did. He volunteered to find the truth. The crowd erupted in panic. A jungle without water was a jungle on the brink of chaos. Through thick vines and deep shadows, the trio ventured toward the eastern jungle. Bagheera grumbled. Baloo chattered nervously. Mowgli led the way with boundless energy. But their path was blocked by a familiar predator. The tiger Shere Khan stepped from the darkness with a smile that chilled the air. Without water, he explained, the jungle would soon collapse. And desperate animals make easy prey. With a swipe of his tail, he vanished again. The warning hung heavy in the air. At last, they arrived at the legendary Lost Waterfall, only to find it barely dripping. A massive rockslide had formed a thick dam, stopping the river entirely. This was no accident. Someone had created it. Mowgli climbed the boulder pile and spotted smoke rising from the cliffs above. Bagheera groaned. Baloo sighed. Monkeys. At the top of the waterfall, the mischievous Bunder log monkeys celebrated around their newly built dam. They declared themselves rulers of the river, because now, they controlled the water. Mowgli confronted them, urging them to release the river before the entire jungle suffered. But the monkeys mocked him, until a giant shape slithered from behind the rocks. Kaa. At the sight of the enormous python, the monkeys scattered in terror, abandoning their dam and their bravado. Together, Mowgli and his friends began dismantling the dam. Baloo pushed with all his strength. Bagheera pried loose the heavy stones. Mowgli climbed, pulled, and levered smaller rocks away. Finally, with a thunderous crash, the barrier gave way. A rush of water exploded down the cliffside, roaring back to life. The river was free again. As the water flowed back into the thirsty jungle, animals cheered in relief. Birds sang. Elephants trumpeted. Life had returned. Commander Hathi saluted Mowgli with pride. Bagheera smiled in quiet approval. Baloo simply flopped into the water with a splash. The jungle was safe, because of a boy who believed everyone deserved a share of its gifts. And so, under the warm glow of the setting sun, Mowgli learned once again that the jungle survives when its creatures look out for one another. For though he was born a man-cub, his heart belonged to the wild.
Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more videos.